Yo, what is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, we're going to be doing another episode of our Start, Bench, and Cut series. In this series, you guys comment 3 players. One of them I start, one of them gets benched, and then one of them you ultimately sell or gets cut from the squad. So I like doing this because a lot of times, even for me in my Nobody Spent series, for example, I have 3 players and I don't know which player I want to start, which player I want to move to the bench, and then which player I need to get rid of. So hopefully this video can help you guys out and ultimately help you guys make decisions. Now, we are probably going to get some big content this weekend, so just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Until we get a promo I wouldn't buy. Once we get that promo, the auction house probably will go down a decent amount, and then feel free to do whatever you guys personally have to do. But before we dive into this, if you are new to my channel and have not yet, please consider smashing that subscribe button as we are on the road to 70,000 subscribers. So we're going to start off with a great question from Danny here. He says Tatum, Ferry, and Kukoc. Now I'm going to do current gen, next gen both for both of these. Now I don't play that much on next gen, but I kind of have a good idea about it just based on some opinions from other people. So Tatum's a card that is made by current gen, but even with that and even with playing Tatum, I love Tatum, but size is an important factor. So if we're talking about the small forward position, the way I'd go on current gen, start Ferry, bench Kukoc, and cut Jason Tatum. On next gen, start Kukoc, bench Ferry, and cut Jason Tatum. We got 2 right here from Kirill, and he says Bull, Giannis, or Ferry. Okay, so here's what I'll say. Though on current gen, those are probably my 3 top power forwards. I don't know where I would go. If I was you, I would find a way to move Ferry to the 3. That's the best thing I can say. I think the way I'd have to lean is start, if we're talking about the power forward position, start Giannis, bench Ferry, and cut Bull. But I don't like cutting Bull at all because I feel like he deserves to play on every single squad in the game. And then on next gen, probably start Bull, bench, I don't even know, bench Ferry, cut Giannis probably, and then Shaq, Kareem, Wilt. Current gen wise, start Shaq, bench Kareem, cut Wilt, because that's exactly the decision I had to make. Next gen, I'm not exactly sure between those 3. Lonzo, Grant, Hill, or Lucas. Here's the way I'll go on current gen. Start Hill, bench Lonzo, cut Luka. On next gen, it gets a little more tricky. On next gen, I think you got to start Luka, bench Hill, and cut Lonzo. Here we get one pretty similar, but he throws Ben in here. On current gen, start Ben, bench Grant, and then cut Lonzo Ball. And I know I'm high on Lonzo, but I just like Grant Hill a little bit more. And that exact same order on next gen as well. This guy from Diamondus, he says Danny, Ferry, Tony, or Galaxy over Bobby Jones. And as much as I like Bobby Jones, you just can't compete with the other ones. Current gen, start Ferry, bench Kukoc, and cut Bobby Jones. Next gen, I'm sticking with what DBG says. He said Tony's the best player on next gen, so I guess start Tony, bench Danny Ferry, and cut Bobby Jones. Let's say this is at the power forward position because that's where I'd run each and every one of these cards. Bull, Giannis, and D-Rob. Start Giannis, bench Bull, cut D-Rob. On current gen, next gen, start Bull, bench Giannis, and cut David Robinson. Here we got an interesting one from Evoke. He says Boris, Rui, or Millsap. This is intriguing. In my opinion, I would start Rui, bench Boris, and cut Millsap. That's just kind of from my experience. Next one here, we got KD, DeRozan, Ariza at the 2. Okay, let's do that one first. So here's my thing. When Trevor Ariza first came out, I loved the card. And I still love Trevor Ariza for his specific value. But compared to Kevin Durant, compared to DeMar DeRozan, he's not quite as good. He's just not. And maybe it's just because I'm not as comfortable with the card. But in like competitive games in which I've played, I just haven't had as much success with Ariza. So on current gen, the way I'd go is start KD, bench DeRozan, cut Ariza. Let's move to the 3. We got Rudy, Kawhi, and AK. Ooh. Look, the way I've trended is start AK, bench Kawhi, and cut Rudy at the 3 on current gen. On next gen, it might be that exact opposite order. You might want to start, actually, you probably would start Kawhi, bench Rudy, and cut AK. I'm thinking, I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Here we got one from Showtime. Probably the easiest one we will do all today. Start Tony, bench Kuzma, and cut that bum Rashard Lewis on both current gen and next gen. All right, we got a big list from my man Kenyon here. He says Ron Harper, Penny, Lonzo. Pretty easy for me. Start Lonzo, bench Penny, and cut Ron Harper, although I do like Ron Harper. Shooting guard, Michael Redd, Trevor Ariza, KD. Start KD, bench Ariza, cut Michael Redd. Current gen. Next gen, you probably should find a way to just play Michael Redd because he does have the Hall of Fame blinders. Small forward, Kirilenko, Ferry, Rashard. Start Ferry, bench AK, cut Rashard. Get that bump off your squad. Power forward, LaMelo, Rashard, West, Unseld. I would probably trend to start Unseld, bench, LaMelo, cut Rashard still. Rashard is not playing for me. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm biased. Center, David Robinson, Bobo, Jaren Jackson Jr., or Sabonis. Okay, forget Sabonis. He's not playing. Quite honestly, what I would do is move Bobo to that 4 if I'm you, and then I'd play David Robinson and Jaren Jackson Jr. But the way you have it, start Bobo, bench David Robinson, and cut Jaren Jackson Jr. Here we get an interesting one from Victory. He says Chris Bosh, Blake, or Giannis at the 4. Hey, I appreciate you, my man. So the way I would go, start Yaya, bench Blake, and cut Chris Bosh, at least on current gen. Honestly, in next gen, I'd probably go that same order. I think Bosh would just be quite a bit better on next gen, but I'd still trend in this direction. All right, so the point guard position, we got Dark Matter, JR, Diamond, Winslow, Galaxy, Opal, Petty, Hardaway. Honestly, I'm not the biggest J.R. Smith fan, and I will openly say that. But I'm still taking J.R. Smith. He's playing. The way I trend is on current gen. I'm still starting JR, benching Penny, and cutting Diamond Winslow. Next gen, that exact same order. Power forward, small forward position, AK-47, kukoc, and Rudy. I'm starting Tony, benching AK, and cutting Rudy on current gen. Next gen, you might want to find a way to get Rudy in there. It's just tough. Here we got Ariza, Korver, and DeRozan. Current gen, next gen, I'm starting DeRozan. And on current gen, start DeRozan, bench Ariza, and cut Korver. And I'm actually going with that exact same order on next gen as well. Here we get an interesting one with Chris Webber involved. And I mean, Chris Webber's kind of that player that if you like him, you can run him. But for me, I'm not the biggest fan of him. So I'm starting Lonzo, benching Penny Hardaway, and cutting Chris Webber. We get another interesting one with Lonzo involved. We got Lonzo, Opal, Penny, or Opal, J.R. Smith. I'm starting Lonzo, benching J.R. and cutting Penny Hardaway. I'm just not the biggest Penny Hardaway fan. His Pro 4 dribble 6 absolutely killed the card. That's for current gen. Next gen, start JR, bench Lonzo, cut Penny. Tony, Ferry, and Ben Simmons only at power forward. First of all, if you got Ben Simmons, please play him at point guard. Please, for me, okay? From me to you, please play him at point guard. But the way I would go, this is tough. I'm starting Ferry. There's no doubt about it at power forward. I'm probably going to bench Ben Simmons and cut Tony on current gen. Next gen wise, start Tony, bench Ferry, and cut Ben Simmons. We're going for one here from Ty. He says Galaxy, Opal, Wall, Harper, Dark Matter, Westbrook on point guard on current gen. Now, here's the thing about this. I would never, ever, ever recommend somebody having Dark Matter, Westbrook on their squad. The reason for that is because he is not good for his specific price. And if we're on current gen, guys, I do not suggest running the card. Oh, the way I would have these guys is because he's 6'6", I'm starting Harper, benching Wall, and cutting Dark Matter, Westbrook on current gen. Next gen wise, you can make a case that Westbrook's incredible. The way I'd go on next gen, start Russ, bench Wall, cut Harper. This next one from Caleb here, it says Kevin Garnett, Chris Bosh, or Blake Griffin. The way on current gen I'm going to start Blake Griffin, bench KG, and cut Chris Bosh. Next gen, I probably would lean more towards Kevin Garnett. Probably starting Kevin Garnett, benching Chris Bosh, and cutting Blake Griffin. Unless Blake Griffin's release has changed a ton. Just don't really think he's like that on next gen. Here one from Joe for the budget point guards out there. Tyrese, Justice Winslow, Kirk Heinrich on current gen. Start Justice, bench Tyrese Halliburton, and cut Kirk Heinrich. Now, the one thing I will say, I'm not a huge fan of any of the budget point guards we have nowadays. Like, if you compare those guys to some of the budget shooting guard small forwards we have, budget point guard position is getting on the weaker side of things. So it says Ingram, Owens, and Mullen. Oh, okay. We got a little tricky one here. The way I would go on current gen, start Mullen, bench Owens, and cut Ingram. I'm not a huge fan of Brandon Ingram. Next gen wise, I can't really say I've used a lot of these guys. I know Owens is a lot better on next gen. I'd probably start Owens, bench Mullen, and cut Brandon Ingram. But again, on next gen, I'm not quite as sure. Ben Simmons, Grant Hill, or Russ. Easy, start Ben, bench Grant, cut Russ. Whether you're current gen, next gen, it doesn't matter. Here you on for Spicy, Millsap, Rudy, or Kuzma at the small forward position. And here's the way I would say it. If you're just talking about the best overall, the way I'm saying is start Rudy, bench Kuz, cut Millsap. But best for their value, probably start Rudy, bench Millsap, and cut Kuzma. Because I'm not a huge fan of Kyle Kuzma. But objectively, I think he's just a tad bit better than Paul Millsap. Here we got one from Certified Loverboy that is just splits the community. I'm going to be kind of rare in my opinion here, but we're going to talk about this. Opal, KD, Dark Matter, DeRozan, and Dark Matter, tmac. The way I'm going to rank them on current gen, start Durant, bench DeRozan, cut tmac. Steady shooter. Say whatever you want about it. Hurts cards' value so much. You can disagree with me if you want, but I promise you the amount of whites you make with steady shooter decreases by quite a bit when you have it on Hall of Fame. Now, next gen, probably start KD, bench tmac, and cut DeRozan. We're going for corrupt, a very good one here. Eddie Curry, Jaren Jackson Jr., or opal Sabonis. One of the best ones that I've honestly seen here. And this is a tough one. Now, the on current gen, the way I see it, it's not even a question. Between Jaren Jackson Jr. and Eddie Curry, it's preference. I'll probably start Eddie, bench Jaren, cut Sabonis. Next gen wise, Sabonis is even better. So that's where you probably do want to maybe start Sabonis. Or I would still probably start Eddie Curry, maybe bench Sabonis and cut Jaren Jackson Jr. It's just so tough. But on current gen, it's really no debate. This one is always a tough one. If we're talking about Bobo at center, it's like, what am I supposed to do? Because I think on next gen specifically, Bobo is even better. So in this situation, I guess I got to start Bobo, bench, I don't know, bench Wilt, cut Kareem is probably where I'd go based on what I know on next gen. Now on current gen, the way I'd go, I would probably start Kareem, bench Wilt, and cut Bobo. It's just, I don't know. I don't like Bobo at center. I always will run Bobo at the power forward position. This is going to be our last one for today from Elion. He says, Dark Matter Tatum, Opal Rudy, or Opal Kukoc. And the way I go on this one, current gen wise, it's very tough. Give me Tatum over Rudy, but I don't know I can't put him over Tony. So I got to start Tony, bench Tatum, cut Rudy on current gen. Next gen wise, probably start Tony, bench Rudy, and cut Jason Tatum. Alright, that is going to wrap it up for our video today of the start, bench, and cut series. Now, I did do a lot of players today, and a lot of these were kind of the same thing. Probably the one that splits the community the most is at the center position. But don't worry, we're gonna get content very, very soon that's gonna change the game. So if you're unsure on what to do, just wait. Be patient. Tomorrow, everything is going to change with the start of the new season. If you're unsure about a few players, everything's gonna change tomorrow. So don't necessarily get all uptight or worried if you're unsure still even after this video. Tomorrow you'll have a better idea of what to do, who to sell, who to keep. Don't rush into buying players until after we see a big type of promo. And then the market is going to go down quite a bit. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys and have a blessed day.